Right.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the J Lounge. Of course, you guys know I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss J, aka Miss Simone Jackson, here to bring you guys another great episode of the J Lounge. Of course, everyone knows the J Lounge is a celebrity-based podcast show where we talk with actors, singers, directors, you name it. They all come down here and they all have a great time. As per normal, I am super excited to be introducing my next guest. She is a rising star. She is a singer-songwriter. She's here to talk about her passion, her music, and something tells me she's going to be a huge name in 2026. So, everyone, please give a super warm welcome to Melanie Rose. Hi, Melanie.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
You're welcome. I'm super excited to be speaking with you today. I know that you are going to be skyrocketing in 2026, so it's going to be exciting to go. She was here first, so I appreciate you for giving me the opportunity.
Yes, of course. Yeah, first podcast. So, this is very exciting for me.
Yes, yes, I'm excited. I'm excited. Well, I want to go ahead and fire the first question at you, Melanie. I want to know what began your passion for music?
Yeah, so I think for as long as I can remember, I've kind of always had this natural passion for music, like since I was younger, already, like before I could really speak even, I had this this very strong love for music. I'm Filipino, a proud Filipino, so music is very important to us as well. Karaoke is a big part of our family parties. And then
Yes,
I think as I got older, maybe around like 13 or 14, I think music started kind of becoming a little bit different for me growing up with, some emotional struggles and things like that. I think music kind of was the only thing that's ever made me really feel seen or heard. And so I've kind of, that's kind of in my life is just music has always been a coping mechanism for me. So it's always been my biggest love, my biggest passion.
yes. I love that. I love that. And you're going to find your audience that that music speaks to because everyone goes through that struggles. And let's be honest, it's going to be refreshing to hear a Filipino voice, in mainstream music. It's needed. It's definitely needed.
Yeah.
So, it would be, great if we see maybe you see win the Grammy one day. Who knows? They just
You
speak into
know,
existence. Speak it
yeah,
into
fingers
existence.
crossed. That's definitely the goal. And I
That would
definitely,
be
want to represent for my people. So,
yes, absolutely, of course. Which that goes brings me to my next question, Melanie. I want to know, name three people who influenced your career and why.
yeah, so one of them I would probably have to say Christina Aguilera. I think
Yes.
she was kind of the first artist that I really stand in my lifetime. Like I had a huge obsession with Christina Aguilera as like a young like teenager. And I think just her story as well, going, when talking about those kind of struggles that I had growing up, she was that first artist that I heard about her upbringing and kind of her own struggles as well. And so it just kind of reminded me that, you know, music is a great way to express your story and
Yes.
to really cope with the things the pain and all the emotions that you feel. It's a great way to it's a great outlet. So Christina Aguilera definitely was that first music artist for me that really kind of inspired me. And, she really got me into the runs and like the vocal agility, the riffs and
Yes.
everything. So I would have to say definitely Christina Aguilera. Um, I think maybe another one would be Janae Aiko. For her, I think she was my first artist that really got me into R&B as like a young teenager as well. And so, I'm super into R&B music and she kind of just showed me how real and how passionate R&B music could be, how raw it could be. And then another one that I would say is definitely Kehlani. Kehlani is my top R&B artist right now and
Yes.
has been for a while. Like my
Yes.
favorite R&B girly. Any song that she puts out is always a banger. Like it's a no skip for me every time she comes on. So definitely I would say those three women for sure.
I love your choice. First of all, Christina Aguilera. I interviewed many, many, many singers, and not a lot of them named Christina Aguilera as influence. So I'm so glad you
Yeah.
said it because that woman can sing her ass off. So
Yeah. I've always been so vocally blown away by her. Like I remember just being young and watching her videos for hours and just being in
Yes.
awe of all the things that her voice could do. You just never could imagine like you don't even think those things are real until you hear it come out of her mouth, you know?
Oh my goodness, I so agree. My favorite live performance of hers is when she sang "It's a Man's World" for
Yes,
celebration
so
for James
good.
Brown. She took that song like she wrote it and
I
oh my
know. That the
gosh,
highlight of the
that
show was that
gave me
performance.
chills. Like
Yeah.
it's not often that I get chills and goosebumps from a singer's performance, but that one is it. Oh my goodness, she owned it.
Yeah.
She knows she owned it. So
It's performances like that, you know, you watch them and she just performed like her life depended on it. Like
like rent was due and the owner was at
yeah.
the door and telling her
So good.
she has
Crazy.
one shot. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I totally agree with that. So I'm so glad you said Christina Aguilera because I really feel that she does not get the flowers that she definitely deserves. You're right. Her runs, when
Yeah.
she gets ready to do her runs, it's like you better hold on tight because she's gonna blow your whole head off. It's just
Yeah,
what
it's
she does.
so she does everything with such intention and like, you know, I definitely want to be that kind of singer where, you know, everything that you sing kind of matters. So,
Yeah, yeah. And then Jane Aiko, I love her. She has brought like a very pure melody sound to R&B, and I just love it. I've not heard lyrics so raw and honest like I've seen hers.
yeah.
So it's she's a powerhouse. She's an absolute powerhouse. So
Yeah,
that's
I
like
remember I had a songwriting class back when I was taking some classes in college, and we had to do a project on a songwriter, and Janae Aiko was automatically
yeah,
that was my first choice. I did a little project about her work, so
totally fair. That's a good choice.
yeah,
So
she
that's
definitely
totally
inspires me
fair.
as a songwriter for sure.
And then
Yeah.
Kehlani, I first of all, Kehlani's bringing back that R&B, that 2000s early R&B, that singing in the rain,
Hmm.
clutching the rain, all that type of
Yes.
stuff. That's the type of R&B
Yeah.
that I grew up on. That's the type of R&B that I love, and she's doing it. You're right. No
Yeah.
song can be skipped of hers. Her voice
Hmm.
is so smooth. It's just buttery smooth. It's ridiculous. So I
Yeah,
agree.
I'm so glad she's getting her flowers now. I've loved her
Me
for so
too.
many years, but Folded has been so amazing. I can't stop listening to Folded. It's so good.
Yes. Love it. Love it. Those are awesome choices, incredible choices, and they're all very diverse. That's really awesome too. Um,
Yeah.
Going on to the next question, Melanie, I want to know what is your sound?
I would definitely say my sound is R&B with some, you know, I would say a mix of R&B and pop. And then I also have this deep love for the storytelling type of music as well. So I
Yes.
definitely want to dive into that, you know, as my career progresses. And I kind of want to give just a variety of things, but I think my main sound would be R&B pop.
Yes, and I love the fact that you said storytelling because R&B is storytelling. If you're not
Yeah.
telling a whole mini video in your R&B, what are you doing?
Yeah,
I,
exactly. Yeah,
so I love,
I just love those you know, when you get the imagery from like reading the lyrics, hearing the lyrics. So
yep,
I would say the R&B, but also I also really love like the singer-songwriter kind of stuff too. So
yes.
I'm wanting to, you know, try my hand at that as well.
Oh, you'll be phenomenal. You would be phenomenal.
Thank
Oh
you.
my goodness. Going on to the next question, for first time listeners of your music, what song would you suggest they listen to really understand you as an artist?
So my first official single is called Venom, and it's the only one that I have out at the moment. I also have a cover of Complicated by Avril Lavigne, but for my original
Oh,
music, I would say Venom. Um, but I am working on quite a few stuff right now, and I have a song that I'm working on right now that I absolutely love that I would love to let you guys know about, but you guys will definitely just have to stay tuned
Oh, for
keep an eye
sure.
out.
For sure. We'll definitely do that. And I highly encourage my audience, if you can, stream Venom by Melanie Rose and hear just the type of artist that she is. We want to see more of her work, so make sure you stream it and give her a check out. All
Yeah.
right, going on to my next question. What future projects are you involved with that you can give just a little bit dish about to the J Lounge audience?
Yeah, so like I said, I am working on some songs. I'm not sure exactly the time frame of when they'll come out, but I have a couple that are just unreleased at the moment, and it's just we're very on the go right now, so it's song after song. So there'll definitely be plenty of music to listen to coming up. And then other than that, I do have a performance on November 22nd, a little show that I have. So that's something that I'm definitely looking forward to doing.
Oh, yes. Look, I told you 2026 is looking to be your year. I told you.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
seeing it. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. So I'm excited. And I will definitely be on the lookout for more of the music that you'll put out. And I'll make sure, of course, to encourage my audience one more time to make sure you stream that music of Melanie Rose because she's definitely going to be a voice you're going to be hearing more, especially in 2026.
Yeah.
Right,
Thank
going on, of course. Going on to my next question, Melanie Rose, I want to make sure my audience follows you and your work. Where are you on social media and music platforms?
Yeah, so you can find me online. My Instagram is _official Melanie Rose. And then if you want to find me on all streaming platforms, it'll be Melanie Rose with no space in between. So just Melanie Rose all together.
Perfect. Make sure my incredible audience, make sure you follow Melanie Rose on Instagram. And again, make sure you follow her on the music platforms as well as Melanie Rose, all one word. Again, we want to make sure we hear more of her work in 2026. So make sure you follow, like, and give us support. All right, going on to the next question. What goals do you hope to accomplish in your career that you haven't yet?
I think a goal will definitely be to tour. I definitely want to get into touring. That's some of my favorite stuff to see when I look at my own favorite artists is, seeing them on tour and the crowd interactions. So that's something I definitely dream of doing one day and just going to different places and connecting with so many different people. So touring is definitely on the bucket list. And
Yes,
then, just future more collaborations and working with other great artists, hopefully working with some of my favorite artists one day. So those are definitely on the bucket list.
yes, yes. It would be cool to see you on tour, especially here in Washington. That's where I'm located. So
Yeah.
yeah, make sure you, if you once you do tour, stop over here because here in
Yes.
Seattle, we love our music. So yes, especially new
Yes, I'll
music.
definitely want to make a stop in Seattle for sure.
Yes, that's awesome. All right, going on to the next question. What other passions do you have outside of music?
So, I mean, my life does really revolve around music, but I would say another passion of mine is really just connecting with people. It's just being
Yeah.
around people, spending time with my friends, my family. Sometimes it's not all about the activity to me, it's more just about the company and the connection. So I'm just really passionate about, uplifting others and my friends are the ones who recharge my battery all the time. So just being around good people, being around my loved ones is probably my other biggest passion. It's just music and just, appreciating the time that I have with my loved ones.
Yes, that is so refreshing to hear. That is always so refreshing to hear. And I love that. I love that. All right, Melanie, going on to the last question. We all know sometimes the music industry is not easy to navigate. Any advice for any aspiring artists that are navigating the music industry, such as yourself?
Yeah, I would just say just keep at it. I know sometimes it doesn't, these things don't happen overnight, but just you just have to believe that, if you want something and you love something that, you work for it and you just sing it at many places you can, you perform it as many places you can. You never know who's listening and who's watching, And as long as you love it, just keep working hard at it, just keep at it because I know that there were times where I thought, maybe my time had passed and
Mhm.
then I was thinking maybe I just had to accept that. And then, out of nowhere, this opportunity fell into my lap to make music. And so it's definitely been a dream come true. So for other people, I would say just continue dreaming.
Yes, I highly encourage my audience to take that to heart because it's true. As soon as you want to quit, that's when you experience your breakthrough. So
Yeah,
keep going, keep grinding, keep putting out music, keep performing because you're going to find your audience. No matter how long it takes, you're going to find your audience. And that's
exactly.
the game.
Yeah, I would say there's always an audience for something, as long as you love it and the music that you make, like someone will also enjoy it and hear your passion.
I agree with that. I agree with that. And you're going to go find your audience too, MelanieRose. It's just a matter of time. You're going to find your people. It's just keep putting out that music. It's going to connect with your audience eventually.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so excited to, just reach more people and just get to continue making the art and everything. So,
And that's what it's all about, making the art, because music is art, music is life. So, like I said, I cannot wait to hear more of the music that you're going to be putting out. I'm definitely going to keep an ear out. And of course, I highly encourage my audience to do the same thing.
yeah.
Oh, Melanie, you are a breath of fresh air. I cannot wait to see what type of year you're going to have in 2026. I definitely think you're going to be an artist we're going to hear more of. I really appreciate how honest you are. I really feel like that's going to connect with a lot of audience. It's definitely connected with me, and I appreciate you for being on here today.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. It's been so great.
Yes, of course. And I want to encourage my audience one more time. Make sure you follow MelanieRose on all social media platforms as well as music platforms. Give a like, give a follow, give a shout out, support the music. We want to hear more of her, especially in 2026. I definitely want to thank everyone for listening. And of course, you guys know I have been your hostess with the mostest, Miss J, aka Miss Simone Jackson. I want to thank my amazing guest, MelanieRose, one more time for being here. I will be back with another great episode. Till then, everyone, have a wonderful day.